Hello, Borman students, colleagues, families, and friends. Thank you for all virtually being here today to celebrate our eighth graders who worked so hard to get to where they are now. My name is Samantha Foster, and I'm one of the eighth grade teachers. Today is a day full of happiness and excitement, particularly for the promoting students and their parents. I'm so happy that we were able to have this virtual promotion to keep us all safe and still celebrate our eighth graders on this special day. Today is the day we say goodbye to our students who are leaving Borman and moving on to high school. To my students, despite some very difficult tasks while in school learning new concepts and through trying to master virtual learning, at the end of it all, you completed this part of your journey with great achievements and amazing memories. As teachers, we can only hope that we helped prepare you for the greater challenges ahead, because it will be difficult at times in high school and in your future careers and colleges. But I know that if you continue to work hard and persevere, you will all be successful in your futures. This has not been an easy school year. Spending most of it virtually without having your teachers in the room with you to keep you motivated and answer questions. Also dealing with trying to keep yourself and your family safe during this time period and being away from your closest friends when you might have needed them most. But all of you worked so hard to become independent learners and to ask for help when you needed it. For that reason, I could not be prouder than I am right now, because even though this might have been the biggest challenge for some of you, you all pushed through, and that will only have prepared you even more for high school by making you more independent and more of an advocate for yourself and your learning. I feel very lucky that I'm able to see most of my eighth graders in person for the last quarter of the school year, but it still didn't feel complete without the entire class being there. My favorite days of school had to be the last few days that we had, because it was the first real time we got to spend as an eighth grade class together. We may have spent the majority of the school year apart, but we got to end it together. Eighth grade promoting class, this day is all about celebrating you. Feel proud of yourselves for all of your accomplishments and never stop learning and growing. You will always be a Borman Astro and a part of the Borman family. On behalf of everyone here, we wish you the best of luck in your days ahead and hope that we get to see you in the future. Congratulations.
Hello, fellow principals, teachers, students, and family members. My name is James Servin, and it is an honor to be able to share my speech at our graduation. Let's start with how much I've accomplished at Borman. I've learned so many things throughout my time here at Frank Borman. It's been a journey, to be honest, and to look back where I started and where I am now, it's incredible to think about. In general, I want to thank a specific teacher for making a certain subject fun, and in my opinion, my favorite class of the year. For me, I personally never liked reading, and little did I know that coming in 7th grade, that would all change. I don't know what made this class so fun, but I want to thank Ms. Foster for making reading fun and enjoyable. I want to thank her for correcting me when I was doing wrong, but overall, thanks Ms. Foster for making 7th and 8th grade fun for me. It's been fun, but there's a lot more people I want to thank for making Borman so great of a memory. Ms. Castro for making Mesa fun, for taking a big responsibility to be with us. Mr. Rathbun for being Ms. Castro's right hand during Mesa. I also want to thank these teachers, my 2nd grade teacher, Ms. Garcia, and finally Ms. Sawicki, my 3rd grade teacher. But overall, I want to thank any teacher I interacted with. Although all my teachers in the past aren't here, through spirit, I want to say thanks. All these wonderful teachers will never be forgotten, and I obviously couldn't be here without my family and friends. I don't want to name all of them, but you know who you are. One thing I want to know is that, as my father says, if a warrior enters a battle scared, he has already lost. But if he enters the fight with faith and motivation, he's already won. This goes for all the 6th and 7th graders. Enter 7th and 8th grade with confidence and don't let anyone destroy what you have worked for. I want every 7th grader to know, if you try, 8th grade isn't going to be hard. Remember, it's all your mentality. And finally, I want to thank all the office workers, any Frank Borman employee, and the administrators for being so kind to me and everyone. Ms. McAllister, thanks for taking such a big leap and taking over when you had the big chance of doing something else and not being in the position. I want to thank her for taking such a big leap of responsibility, because we all know this school wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her leadership. And to finally close this off, this is our final stop. Here as 8th graders, we are entering a new chapter in our life. And sadly enough, this is our final goodbye. Thanks, Borman, for the wonderful memories. Dr. Seuss quoted, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." Congratulations to all my 8th grade peers. Thank you.
Hello, fellow principals, teachers, students, and family members. My name is Vanessa Gerard, and it is an honor to be able to share my speech at our promotion. I just want to say, being at Borman was one of the best schools I attended at. Borman taught me some lessons, which are always to do good no matter who pushes you to do bad. Before I start, I want to give a huge thank you to Mr. Payton, who is no longer an Astro. He always challenged me with things so I can do better, and I appreciate him for that. I also want to thank Miss Brooks, who is also not an Astro. She also taught me to do good even on bad days, so thank you for that. I also want to thank Mr. Lanuza. He has been the best math teacher I had this year, and last year he helped me with a lot of math, even though I still don't understand most of it. Last but not least, I want to give a big thank you to Mrs. Flores. Even though I didn't go to her classes in the beginning of the year, she still gave me a chance to succeed, and here I am promoting to 8th grade that I never thought I would be doing. The memories I have at Borman are amazing, and I want to keep these memories forever, especially being on the cheer team. I grew amazing bonds with people, and throughout my years at Borman, I also developed amazing bonds with teachers and students. Being new to a school is hard, but you always got to think what memories you can gain on a fresh start with new people, and I'm glad to say I'm impressed with these bonds I have had since 6th grade. Meeting new people was hard for me, but now that I have these people, they really push me to do better, and here I am now, even though it was hard for me to do it with putting myself down all the time. So thank you to those people I grew up on with while I was at Borman. Being at Borman makes you meet good and influential people who really put their mind into it. I want to say Mr. Payne is one of my best influence at this school. Why? Because he pushed me to do hard with everything I was dealing with. He pushed me to do better even though he's not with us, he is still my influencer. He challenged me with things he knew I could do but I couldn't do. Another one of my influencers is Mr. B because he wasn't a teacher last year. He was one of the people I talked to when I was having problems at school. Overall, I want to thank those two most important people for being my role models throughout my years at Borman. The last thing I want to talk about is my meaningful quotes. Meaningful quotes mean everything to me just because I never thought I would come this close to promoting. A quote I will always remember is when teachers will notice I'm trying my best or when they say they're proud of me just because I know I have worked hard to get where I am now in life. Those are meaningful quotes over here at Frank Borman Elementary School. Last thing to close off this speech to whoever is coming to 8th grade this year, have fun and do your best even when you think you aren't. Thank you.
Diego Acosta.
Jacqueline Alarcon. Kaisha Allen.
Ari Alvarez.
Edson Alvarez. Jesus Alvarez. Angel Angulo. Itzayana Armenta.
Oscar Avila.
Yulissa Avila.
Ethan Avitia Salazar.
Augustine Barragan. Kimberly Barreras Lopez. Alexa Beasley.
Jalissa Bello.
Alexander Beltran. Elvis Beltran. Pedro Beltran.
Miriam Botello Gonzalez. Miriam Botello Gonzalez.
Melissa Buchanan.
Carelli Bustillos, Isaac Camacho, Oscar Campos, Xavier Canez, Mariani Cardenas, Oscar Castro, David Casares Origel,
Victor Chavez,
Luis Ceniceros,
Hello, parents, family members, and students. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate your student and their accomplishments. Parents, in this difficult year, your love and support was extra helpful for your student to show success. Not only were you their biggest support system, but you were there for them with unconditional love for the past 9 years. They would not be where they are if it wasn't for what you do for them every single day. One day, they will thank you for all your support and help for each and every accomplishment they have from the first day of kindergarten to the last day of high school. Students, we've finally made it to a day that probably seemed like it would never come. I'm sure throughout this year, there were times you felt like you couldn't do work or another Zoom class, but through perseverance, you did. And I'm sure at some point you were frustrated and wanted to give up, but you didn't. Even with all the uncertainty that this last year has brought us, you hung in there and finished the year. Thinking back, I'd like to think of the things that you accomplished throughout this year. You were the 8th grade class that completed 3/4 of your year strictly online. Academically, you rose to the challenge of taking on freshman algebra as 8th graders. At the beginning of this, many of you thought you wouldn't be able to do it. You were ready to give up, but through hard work, you persevered and you did it. I know that many of you were surprised what you were able to accomplish when you finally put your mind to do it. As a group, we took on the challenge of online learning. And rather than letting it discourage us, we stayed strong and continued our learning. Through Zoom meetings, Google Classroom, Freckle, and many other ways, learning, you pushed through and completed the huge task at hand. As a student, you maintain relationships and friendships that will last years. Some of the friendships made here at Borman will still be there throughout your high school and into college. But you can't take the good without the bad. This year has had its share of frustrations and challenges, things that you might wish you could change or take back. But as you think of those moments, let me remind you of the one thing that happens through every good and bad situation. You grow, you mature, you learn. And it's those situations that help shape you into who you will be in the future. You see, today might feel like it's the end of middle school, but it's so much more than that. Today is the day you become a high schooler. It's the day that you begin an adventure and new chapter in your own personal book of life that you will remember for the rest of your life. An adventure that will have its ups and downs. It will cause you to grow, to mature, and to learn, both academically and as a young adult. So as we end this and get ready to say goodbye, let me leave you with a quote by Michael Jordan. I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I cannot accept not trying. Think about that quote for a second. Think about what it means to you. But more importantly, think about how you could apply this quote to your next adventure. I look forward to hearing about everything that this amazing 8th grade class will accomplish in the next 4 years of high school and into college. Never forget, everyone at Borman believes in you. We know you all have the tools to be successful. Congratulations, Frank Borman, 8th grade class of 2021. Thank you.
Jorge Cruz.
Kaylin De La Rocha.
Joseph De Hoyos.
Ricardo Delgado Nieves. Dimitri Dinichi.
Maria Enriquez.
Ana Espino.
Esme Felix.
Stephanie Felix. Victor Fernandez.
Anthony Figueroa. Liberty Garth.
Vanessa Gerard. Gino Godoy.
Alexa Gonzalez. Judith Gonzalez. Zoe Gonzalez.
Andre Gutierrez.
Ethan Hernandez. Emily Hernandez. Melanie Jasso Guzman.
Uriel Javier.
Edwin Lagarda. Juan Larios.
John Leva. Jonathan Leon.
Isaac Lamelli.
Karel Lopez.
Kira Lopez. Michelle Lopez.
Hello, fellow scholars, educators, and families. I'd like to start with this quote I refer to often, on my best days and worst, written by Maya Angelou, who was known for her positivity and perseverance, as well as poetic activism, both spoken and written. These are her words. Do the best you can until you know better. Then, when you know better, you do better. I always come back to these words because they remind me that there are going to be days we make wrong choices, days we might not feel like ourselves, but no matter what, we have the power to make ours and other people's days better. Always choose kindness over being right. My name is Sarah Flores. Many of you know this is my first year teaching as an Astro, and first year getting to know my fellow Astros. I really have enjoyed all the connections I've made this year. I have to say, scholars, you sure do know how to make a new teacher feel welcomed virtually. What a beginning to the year we had. We've laughed, I've cried. We've had many ups and downs this year, each of us experiencing writing our own story during the year of the pandemic, yet I somehow still can't wrap my mind around closing off this year already. A year of many firsts and lasts for you all to reflect on. When I reflect on this year, it has been a year of major changes and constant flexibility to go with the flow. I'm so impressed by you all and your ability to persevere in the face of adversity or challenge. To think that we began the school year in Zoom and those days are now past us, being written into the history books. Really, truly, it seems so distant in my memories. Speaking of memories, I'd have to say that some of my favorite virtual memories that I can think of were Thursdays at Bring Your Pet to Work Day and Joke Thursday, and connecting with those who I got to know because they actually had their cameras on. I will never forget you sharing with me each day we learned from home. Another memory I have is being greeted by Mia every day, or encouraged through a tough situation by Sammy, or through a technological speed bump with Corel. And in-person learning, we've been able to connect, laugh, and enjoy each other's presence, knowing that we had previously taken for granted, and rediscovering our love and motivation for learning. Thinking about here and now, I feel an immense love and gratitude for my scholars. You showed true dedication and perseverance through distance learning. We had hard days, like really hard days, and some of the hardest days we might ever face, but we made it, and I'm proud of you. As we embrace our new normal and celebrate this new chapter of life, I try to remind myself that change is good and growth happens when we embrace discomfort. For me personally, being my first year teaching middle school, this year was anticipated to be a year of discomfort. But ultimately, it has helped me realize my why in teaching. Why do I do this? This year, I've learned that even in middle school, students want to be seen and heard. That although they look big, they still need lots of encouragement and reminders. This year has brought many lessons learned, and the biggest of all being, be kind everywhere you go, because you never know what others are going through. Never forget that you're amazing, and never stop learning.
Oswaldo Lopez. Valeria Lopez. Xavier Lopez. Dalila Lugo. Siwi Mares.
Rachel Marquez. Brandon Martinez.
Gavin Martinez.
Randy Martinez. Carla Mendiola.
Yuretsi Miranda.
Angel Gabriel Montano. Alejandro Moreno.
Isabel Moreno. Naima Moreno.
Fernando Mujica. Gabriel Mario Arias.
Henry Nava. Kevin Nava. Brian Navarro. Jonathan Navarro.
Yesel Ortega Nava.
Sammy Nguyen. Angela Nieto Camarillo. Jasmine Ortiz.
Elia Pacheco. Katrina Padilla.
Christian R. Partida Ramirez. Syra Palayo Estrada.
Daniel Perez.
David Perez. Naomi Perez. Elian Perez Arriaga.
I was on mute, but it was on purpose. I didn't want you to forget that this was the year, families and students, that we spent telling our teachers that they were on mute. At least that was my experience. And I know for some of you, that was your experience as well. Congratulations on making it through this really tough year. Next year will be better, harder, stranger, but better. And I think you're going to do terrific out there. There's a movie called The Parent Trap. And in The Parent Trap, the really embarrassing mom drops off her kid at high school and rolls down the window and leans over and screams, "Make good choices," which is humiliating and horrible for the kid. But it's wonderful advice for all of us. And it's a hard thing to do. To the best of your ability, do make good choices and have a wonderful, wonderful future. I'm going to go back on mute now.
Borman's promotion class of 2021. Congratulations. I just want to take an opportunity to thank you for allowing me to be a part of your guys' lives for this very short period of time. Last year, you had me in a different role, and this year, I was able to spend some more time with you one-on-one in the classroom, especially those of you that came back in when we returned to in-person. Really want to encourage you to use the next 4 years of high school to use that education to really begin the process of molding who it is that you want to be for the rest of your life. Use that education as a tool to get you to where you want to go. And while you're going through that process, make sure you take some time and really involve yourself in your high school years. They're going to be some of the greatest memories that you're going to have even through adulthood. The friends that you're going to make are going to be friends that you'll have for a lifetime. Thank you again for allowing me to be part of your life. And with that being said, only one more thing to say to you guys. All right, guys. Thanks again. Best of luck.
Cesar Ramirez.
Lidio Ramirez.
Mia Ramirez Patino.
Adan Reyes. Dariana Reyes.
Monique Reyes. Daniel Rivera Martinez. Alina Rodriguez.
Rydell Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez. Felipe Roman.
Alex Ruano. Tremaine Saganitzo. Muzeleth Salcido. Fernando Saldana.
Joseph Saldana. Julie Saldana. Linda Salas.
Cecilio Salgado Ramirez. Jose Miguel Salinas. Lizbeth Sanchez Gonzalez.
James Servin. Fernando Sesmas, Jasmine Tapia, Jasmine Trujillo, Justin Valdez Balderas, Carla Valencia, Isabel Vasquez, Julian Vasquez,
Noelia Cimental Vega, Pedro Valencia, Abel Velasco,
Jorge Velasquez, Yasleen Velasquez, Hector Villanueva,
Honesty Williams.
Good morning, Borman Astros. It is my great privilege to be able to close our ceremonies today. I know that this year has been unlike any other, and you are most likely very sick of being told that you are making history. As making history isn't always as glamorous as it sounds. However, in the process of making history, I hope you learned something. I hope you learned something about yourself. I hope you learned how resilient you are, how much you are truly capable of, and just how much you can overcome. In the next few days, weeks, and months that follow, please make sure that you thank your family for walking beside you during this last year. You will continue to need their guidance, even though at times you won't want it. As you leave Borman today, what has been your home, away from home, don't forget the lessons that you have learned from our amazing teachers and from our school. Even though this is the last time being enrolled as a Borman Astro, please know you will take a part of Borman away with you today. In the friends that you have made, in the memories that you have created. Whether you have been here for the last 9 years or have been with us for less than 1, you will always be an Astro. And we look forward to hearing about your success, because I know you will find success in whatever you do. And now, because I know what you are really waiting for is for me to make this official, I now present to you the promoting class of 2021. Congratulations to a truly amazing group of students. It has been my honor to be your principal this year, and I'm so grateful that I got to meet each and every one of you. Congratulations.